Hello and good morning for the traders who are watching this webinar. This is Start Your Morning with Scalping and Day Trading, live webinar with me. My name is Zoltan. I'm a trader, coach, mentor, and speaker for many years. And I have got long-term investing experience for more than 25 years, in my opinion. And actually, I will be a scalper and day trader with you. We will check some charts. Unfortunately, yesterday was a boring day. Some markets were closed. It was 1st of May, but maybe today we will find together some trading setups, or we will analyze some earlier days trading setups for scalping and day trading. And it's very important that trading is risky. Trading involves risk and are not suitable for all investors. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money rapidly due to leverage. 80% of retail investors' accounts lose money when trading CFDs with this provider. You should consider whether you understand how spread bets and CFD work, and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. So, before trading, just try to open a demo account, try the lot sizes, how to set the stop loss, how to measure the risk of each trade. For example, how much demo money will you lose if you get stop loss, and so on. Please avoid to overtrade yourself and try to trade always at stop loss. Take care about money management rules and try everything, because you have to react for many unexpected events. Trading psychology is a very funny and very serious thing when you are trading, so be careful. We will try to learn together today, and let's talk about trading and the company. You can read it if you have time. Unfortunately, I do not understand this, but I know the English version. So trading is risky. Try first everything on demo account and be careful on Wednesday, because there will be at 8 p.m. Federal Reserve meeting, and on Friday there will be unemployment data from US, NFP. But if the market is volatile, sometimes we can lose trade, but sometimes we can make money. So let's try it together. And I will switch to my demo account. So you can see spreads are very good, and many products we have, and we have MT4, MT5, and mobile trader also. So if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask the chat window. I will switch to my MT4 chart, and you can see that here we are. This is Dow Jones. Unfortunately, we have got a double top here, but we are approaching to the support zone. So that's why I will maybe wait some minutes. And I try to react. If the double top is false, which means that the main long trend will continue, set the stop loss somewhere here. This is my original stop loss level for both positions. If the main trend is bullish, as you can see, this is a trend channel. Maybe from this part of the trend channel, we will move around this zone. If the double top is a real one, I will get a stop loss. It's not a big deal. I can calculate the risk. I mean, this double top. But if the double top will have a false breakout, false breakdown under the neckline of the double top, it means that maybe the double top will be false, and maybe the chart will go up until the top of the double top, or I will get stop loss. So I am trading. I am following the trend channel. Now the market is optimistic, but if I lose money with the two trades, this trade will be -17 and the other one will be -8. Maybe I will set this stop loss around this area, and we will wait. Until we wait, let's go to DAX. Let's check H4 chart. You can see that the main trend is bullish. So we have to wait with the open position. This is maybe a day trade, another scalping. This was the breakout. This was the pullback. If we will see here a flag, and I will switch to M15. If this will be a big flag, maybe we will see another breakout. But we have to be prepared that maybe I will get a stop loss. I just follow the trend. And let's check what we can do with the other positions. As you can see, we have got some positions here. I think that the best we can do to set the stop loss to this place. And with this position, I will set the stop loss around this zone. And maybe I will make a partial closing. Let's check what we have. 0.20 DAX. First of all, I will measure how much money I will lose with this position. 25, I will set the stop loss closer, set it to 20, and modify our delete order with 0.20. Let's close 0.10. Look at the floating position. It's around $50, 45. If I close half part of it, in my opinion, I did everything for this position. So if it is a flag, breakout pullback, maybe we will see a breakout during this webinar. I mean, this blue descending trend line. If not, we will lose money. But you can see that if I move the stop loss, for example, here for this position, I will make $21 and I will set this a little bit lower under this candlestick. I am very optimistic now, but anytime the trend can change, so we will see what will happen. So you can see, unfortunately, maybe we will break down this level. So that's why I have to react. And I think that the best we can do is to check what we can close for this. Let's wait for the stop loss. Of the first position is not a big money, it's 5, but it will be a little bit bigger. 17. So I will close S&P 500 and I will show you what happened on S&P 500. Just a minute. First, I will show you one amazing Facebook trading setup. It's false breakout, H4 chart. You can see this happened here. And if you switch to M15, unfortunately, I closed Facebook much earlier, maybe. This is only theoretical trading setup. A stranger W, double bottom, together with trend line break. And if you enter here and set the stop loss under double bottom, you could have closed this Facebook position maybe on Friday. But I will use Facebook chart to show you what happened with S&P 500. Today's result is around 0. And let me check what happened with S&P 500 position on H4 chart. So you can see it's a very simple trading setup for long-term investors. This is the double bottom or a stranger reverse head and shoulders. In my opinion, double bottom is easier recognizable. If the main trend is changing, you can enter a little bit later. You can see that this was a nice trading setup and the risk reward of the trade, the stop loss was here, was amazing. That's why I'm using partial closing almost always. And you can see that this is working. As we are approaching Federal Reserve decision, let me check what we can do with my long-term positions. This is Euro HUF. I think that maybe the price can be stronger and stronger, but to tell you the truth, this is a false breakdown and I have got short position. So now there is a chance, this was the breakout, and this is the pullback, there is a chance that we will go up, in my opinion. I'm still optimistic with Euro HUF, but maybe this will be a false double top. That's why let me close this position. And let's analyze the chart why I opened this position. You can see this is a perfect double top. And many, many times it happens that I try to sell at the top of the double top. If I am a little bit slower, but scalpers are not so slow usually, I am only selling Euro HUF here. And when the market is breaking down the neckline, I am closing 2/3 or 70–75% or maybe more of the position and keep the rest. And this was my target price some weeks ago, and target is achieved. And now I am afraid of this false breakdown. But the main trend is still optimistic on Euro HUF for us, because if Hungarian forint is stronger, this is better for those traders who are keeping, for example, Deutsche Bank or Commerzbank shares or anything else to cover the risk of moving currency pairs. So this was a head and shoulders multi-time frame analysis. Let's focus on weekly chart. This was a double top. So the main trend was absolutely bearish. One day maybe it will be a head and shoulders. If not, this was the best place to close the position. Maybe later we will open, but I will wait for Wednesday. Maybe I will trade only next week with Euro HUF, because I want to wait for the non-farm data also. I'm still optimistic, but optimism and belief in one position is another thing than money management. So I had to close this position. Let's go back to Nasdaq, and you can see that this is a nice uptrend. I think that I will show you how to use the trailing stop. Just an example. Right click, trailing stop, set it to 2 points, for example. If you want to set it to 2 points, or just type here 2 and 00. So not 2, but 200. And you will see that trailing stop is working. If the price is going up, this red line will move up. If not, I will get a stop loss with some minimal profit. Just I wanted to show you how to use the trailing stop, because some beginners only watching this webinar maybe for the first time. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask via chat window. And be careful, because trading is risky. As you can read it here, 80% of the traders are losing money. That's why we are using some money management methods and using stop loss, trailing stop, and smaller lot sizes. So if you don't have, for example, $20,000, $50,000 or $100,000, just in my opinion, the best you can do, you can check what happened with the trailing stop loss, jumping up. So open a smaller 1,000, 2,000 demo account, try 0.10, 0.20, 0.30 lots, or maybe a little bit more, and be careful and decide always, because it's very risky, that you must not trade with very high lot sizes, and you always have to use stop loss. For example, if you lose 1% of your money in one day, it's okay. But if you lose 10% or more, in my opinion, it's not okay. And you can measure the risk of your each trades if you are day trader or scalper or maybe long-term investor. Because if you buy, for example, Facebook or Tesla, and you lose 20–30% of your money because maybe sell in May and go away scenario will occur in some days or weeks, and you don't use stop loss, it's a big risk. I'm not against these company shares. I'm optimistic now, but anytime the trend can change. So I insist on keeping the rules of money management. This is my method. So let's go back to Dow Jones. So you can see I lost money with the trades. So it was a good decision to set the stop loss here. I will show these losing trades because if I don't use stop loss here, it's very easy to calculate how much money I lost with this trade. For example, my stop loss was here. I lost $17. I bought Dow Jones at 34,041. Now the price is 11. If the stop loss is not here, I would have lost more than $30 as I calculate mine. So double top, trend channel breaking is a nice entry for short position. I was maybe a little bit stupid because I believed that we will go up. Doesn't matter. I tried it and it was a trading mistake. I will show you another trading mistake soon. If you increase the lot size, for example, set it to 5, and you will set the stop loss somewhere here, you will lose a lot of money. Just theoretical thing. Let's go to DAX, because maybe DAX is doing the same, turning down. So maybe the best we can do to close this DAX position and try to save the other position, set the stop loss a little bit higher. Let's switch to M1 chart. And you can see that we are still in a downtrend. So let's go back to Nasdaq and check what happened yesterday. Not so amazing, but you can see what happened here. Double bottom, you can go long, but never forget about partial closing. I will show it later. False breakout, you can go short. If false breakout, I mean, we are breaking out this horizontal trend line, but coming back again under this trend line. If false breakout is together with trend line breaking, you can go short. Why I am using partial closing? I used to close, for example, 50, 60, 70, 80% of the position where I enter trade. If the market is going to my direction, for example, this is a double bottom, I am entering here, I am closing 60, 70% here and keep the rest, because if this double top is a false one, so for example, my target price is here, and if I don't close 60, 70, 80%, I will lose money. Here we have another double top. It's okay if I don't close, but look at this trend line. My stop loss is somewhere here, or maybe it's at the break-even point. If there is a trend line breaking, you will see what happens here. I will maybe lose a trade. So that's why I always use both direction partial closing. I enter here, 60, 70% closed here, and maybe I will close all if the trend line is breaking. Here we have a stranger double top. It's an M5. You can see it here. And you can see that market is going down. This is M5 double top. This is M5 double top and M5 double bottom. Let's go to M1 and check what happened on Nasdaq. If the main trend is long, as it is now, this was a false breakdown, double bottom. This is a false head and shoulders, which means look at the neckline of the head and shoulders, right? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and after the right shoulder, there is a false breakdown under the neckline. Look at this trend line breaking, and you can go long. The target is the top of the head, but this is not trading advice. Let's go back to Dow Jones. You can see that maybe there is an entry setup here. Trend line breaking. A little bit bigger lot size I will try to trade, but this is a trading mistake. I will trade with 2 lots. My risk is quite big because I made only 70, I don't remember, $90. So to lose 28, it's a big risk. If I have 90, Maybe the ideal risk is $10 or $15 with this trade, but I increased the lot size because of the trend line breaking, which is a good scalping setup, but there is a chance that it will be W, double bottom. I don't want to let the price go down until this level. That's why I set the stop loss here. If I switch to DAX, for example, you will see that if I open a trade with 0.60, the reason of opening this trade is a false breakdown. I mean, look at the trend line. This is the red trend line, was the support zone. If the false breakdown is working, maybe we can go higher and higher. But you never must to trade with, for example, many correlating products to the same direction. This is an important rule. So that's why I will close my Dow Jones position soon, because it's too big. And I don't want to take a very big risk. My target zone is the blue line and the red line. And we will see what will happen. Maybe this is a bad idea. It's too early to close this position, so that's why I will close only 1.5. 75% of the position closed. Let's go to DAX. I will keep this position. And now if I measure the risk of these two trades, it's only 7 minus. It's only 7 minus around. So if you check the account history, not my best trading day, I have more than 100. I will close my day trading session with more than 90 if I lose some trades. So there is no more risk. So I had day trades, swing trades. Now this first part was the scalping. My last target zone is the top of the double top. If we will go back again above this trend line, the diagonal I mean, so if we will go back to the trend channel, maybe I will be lucky. If not, I will get a stop loss. Okay, let's check Nasdaq, what happened there. In my opinion, this is still a nice uptrend. Let's check Dow Jones. Nothing special happens here. We have to wait. And we have DAX. If the false breakdown will be successful, I think that we will approach this trend line again. So if you check, this is a nice downtrend. But false breakdown is a very strong entry setup for long position if the higher time frames shows you that the main trend is bullish. We will see. If not, simple, we will lose money. Let's go to gold. There were some trading setups earlier. False breakout, you can go long. False double top, you can go long. Head and shoulders, you have to make it bigger. Shoulder, head, shoulder. In a downtrend, I mean, this was the uptrend, we book it, and now you can see lower highs and lower lows. So head and shoulders around these two diagonal trend lines, which are resistance, and around another resistance level, which is horizontal. I mean, look at this candlestick. This was double or triple resistance, in my opinion, head and shoulders, and you can go short. If you switch to M1, just an example, you can see double bottom here, double top here, you can go short for some points. This was the head and shoulders, M1 chart, you can see it's amazing. And here we had the double bottom, you can go long. But never forget, if you enter here and you don't make partial closing around this area. I used to close partially around the resistance level or the neckline, somewhere here, 60–70%. But if you don't close it, you will lose with stop loss, but you can re-enter the same direction This is the very volatile market, and you can re-enter, and you will see that you make money. This is a double top. You can go short. This is a double bottom. Look at this. And you can go long. So we can scalp gold, euro dollar, GBP, USD, GBP, Japanese, euro, Japanese, DAX, NASDAQ, anything. But in a downtrend, remember, if you enter here and you don't close around the resistance level 60–70%, I mean, this double bottom can be a false one. And you can see if you draw a trend line from the left bottom to the right and it is breaking, it's for sure that you will get a stop loss. Not for sure, but it happens many times. If you believe in head and shoulders pattern, look at this. In a downtrend, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You can go short here, set the stop loss above the red line, and you can make some money, but never forget partial closing, because if the market is volatile, look at this. If you don't close somewhere here partially, you will get a stop loss. And what was the best entry setup on this M1 chart? As almost always, false breakdown under the last support zone, and you can go long. But never forget about partial closing. This was the best setup on gold M1 chart. And after that, we come back again to this area. So if the market is volatile, trading is usually risky. In my opinion, the best you can do to use partial closing. We have NASDAQ, but we don't have NASDAQ, sorry, and we have Dow Jones. We approach the resistance level. Look at this, what I will do. We have 0.50. I will close 0.20, and I closed 1.5 lots. And let's keep the rest. Nothing to do with this. We made some money. Our risk is not a big deal, $4. And with DAX, I will wait, and we will see what will happen in 2 or 3 or 5 minutes. In my opinion, there will be a quite good movement. My idea, for example, if we had a double bottom here, maybe it's a wrong idea. Many traders open the long position and they set the stop loss under the double bottom. It's normal. They lost the game, but if they re-enter the same direction because of the false breakdown, maybe they can make money because we will approach the neckline or we will go higher. If not, doesn't matter. I try to do my best. And you can see that the result is around $108. If I will lose money with DAX, it's -7. If I will lose money with the Dow Jones, it's -4. So we will go under 100 profit in demo dollars. Unfortunately, it's demo account money. But the method, we have to imagine, if this is a false breakout, false breakdown under the trend channel, the 2 parallel trend lines, I mean this one, if we go again between the 2 trend lines, so we will approach the highest point. False breakout can happen under diagonal trend lines also. This is my trading plan. I don't have any stress. I don't care what will happen. This is trading psychology, but I don't use big lot sizes. And this is key point. Because if you use big lot sizes, your money management will collapse. You will be stressed and you will lose money. Or you will be very lucky, but this is a lucky game and traders don't want to play lucky game. So dear traders, this is how you can start it. First of all, on demo account. Let me switch to euro dollar and check what happened here today or the 1st of May. And let's check some trading setups. This is head and shoulders. the main trend was bullish, but if you trade head and shoulders and you set the stop loss around this area, if you open a short position here, sorry, I will move it, or here for the trend line breaking, partially close somewhere here and here, 60, 70, 80%. So the first part until the partial closing was a scalping, and you can keep the rest until we are under this trend line, or you can close all somewhere here. And remember, if you draw another trend line, if we will break this trend channel, you can close your short position or you can go long. You will see what happens, but it's late afternoon, so maybe it's better to wait. And if you will see that we are approaching again this level, you can decide this should be a false breakout, a big one, or not. Let's check what happened here. Let's make it smaller. Look at what amazing head and shoulders we had and what amazing trend line breaking we had. If day traders are lucky, but this is not trading advice, maybe this big one will be a false breakdown, and maybe later the price will approach the highest point of the chart, but I'm not sure, because if I switch to M15 chart, you will see that this is a stranger double bottom. I am not happy with this, but maybe we will approach again these higher levels. But now, if you switch to M1 chart, there is no trading setup. It's a ranging period. So let's go back to NASDAQ. Still ranging, but the main trend is bullish. Let's go back to Dow Jones. What happened here? Nothing special. And we have DAX. And maybe, as I remember, I opened 0.60 DAX. I did not close it. So that's why I will close 2/3 of the position. It's not a big deal. The floating PNL is 6. I will close 4. It's 7. Look at the right side of it's 8. So I will close. Let me check. 0.40. It's an amazing false breakdown, or we can use the bigger false breakdown also, this one. I mean this rectangle. I made $5 with this position. If I will lose money, it will be -2. So there is no more risk, and keep the rest until maybe we are approaching this level, or maybe I will keep the rest until the afternoon session. We will see. I have got $113. If I will lose this 2 or 3, it's nothing. And we have Dow Jones also. Later today, I will close partially. Maybe when we will be here or here, I can close partially another 0.10, for example. Or if you want to be a scalper, this will be a trading mistake. Don't follow me now. You just open a 2 lots position. It's too big. It's risky. Set the stop loss here. The risk is too big. And you can set the take profit somewhere here. The risk reward is wrong, 1-to-1, around 1-to-1. So this is a bad trade. But if you trade with 0.20 or 0.30 here, and you don't set the take profit here, this trade can be a good idea because the stop loss is very close to the opening price. But never forget, this lot size is very big. So I suggest you, if you make trading mistakes, no matter that maybe the price will come to this level, no matter what is your idea, if the lot size is too big, what you can do, with a simple click here, you can close the position. And this is the best decision. If you don't close it, maybe you will lose $30. So, dear traders, that was my trading mistake. The previous trades were not so bad trades, scalping, day trade, swing trade. And I hope that you will not make too many trading mistakes and you will not lose too much money. So I suggest you to open a demo account, try to trade with different lot sizes, and next time have more and more questions. So traders, if I don't close this trade, maybe I will lose $30, which is a trading mistake. Doesn't matter on this 60,000 trading account. But remember that one day, if you don't care about lot sizes, you will lose the big money. I hope you enjoyed this session. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.